all the signs tours.
Oh, the journey starts from where we do first step. No one's sure what lies ahead before and breath. Roads may be rough and tough, but we will lead somewhere.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Sometimes this journey is about the chase, all about the destination under we're up. No matter how far,
No matter how far,
how you go, how long can it
property ain't no time to waste. Gotta face your life, go get it burn.
When there's a beginning, there's an ending too. As we go away, come across many predicaments. Feel like lies beneath, colors of love that's excellent. The pictures fade away, beauty will remain the same.
Go. Stop living dead when your heart's beating still. No slowing down for me, I'm never gonna chill. Every low phase of riding like a trail. I bought by the rules, but outshine.
Only time will tell the money to the thieves. Longer we wait, may it be this way to keep.
Only time will tell.
Standing by for answers. Scarlet is the path.
Nothing easy, get up and go, get it go.
Only from the heart one reaches to the sky. Ups and downs, it goes for years of an each on the right. As you go, believing the faith and
Property ain't no time to waste. Gotta face your life, go get it go.
Trust is the maze, reflect hope and fear. Be brave and learn the pain.
When how we doing? How we doing? Bam. Haha. I keep forgetting to update this. Huh? Okay. All right. That's that. Looking good. Fantastic. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hello, hello, hello. How we doing? How we doing? Good chat. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me get the recording started. I think the audio sounds good. All right. I think we're looking good. We're feeling good. Hello, everybody. My name is Snowy Lotus. It is Tuesday, April 21st. I am exactly 12 minutes and 35 seconds late. I know. I was eating food. I had to wash my hands. Get some water. We again have a myriad of water options available to us. Yummy. Yummy, yummy. Okay. So today we are going to be reading some more Storyworthy. I want to get through this book. I've had this book long enough, and we're going to keep reading it because I don't know what else to do today. And I just bought another book. And I would like to at least finish the book I'm reading before my next book arrives. Is that going to happen? No. I'm already 2 books in. I think I see the problem here. I enjoy buying books, but then when I gotta read them, I mean, that's a bit of a different story, right? That's a bit of a different story. It's a bit harder. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit harder. I like the idea of learning stuff from the book, but then actually going through and reading it, you know, That's a different story. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if like I'm like allowed to do this. You know, read the book on the stream. And like I'm not doing it in full in one stream, and obviously, you know, I'm jumping around a lot, right? I'm talking about it, I read a page or two or three, and then, you know, I then welcome user 42474848136333. I hope you're having a good night. I hope you're having a good night. We're just getting started. We're gonna be reading some more story-worthy. I'm not sure if I'm like legally allowed to do this, but I haven't gotten any copyright strikes for it. And so what that means to me is that as long as no one tries to sue me, it's okay. Where's my thumbnail? Oh, goodness. It's okay. No, I mean, so, you know, the thing is it's about transformative work, and whether the work is or is not transformative or not. That's kind of the thing. And so if I'm reading the book and also kind of talking about other things as well regarding the book, you know, it's kind of more of a thing, right? And I'm only reading like a couple pages a week anyway, so you know, yeah. Let's not worry too much about the specifics. Anywho, I think I'm ready to go. I think I got all my bases covered. Hello, Jam Chur. How are you doing? We're gonna be reading here shortly. Doing some reading tonight. Doing some reading for a little bit. All right. We are already 15 minutes into. I should have started 15 minutes ago. I feel like I'm slacking. I feel like I'm falling off. Because at first I was starting at 9. No, I was starting at like 8:57. But now I'm like doing other stuff. And so it's like taking up time. And I'm just like, oh. Okay, let me stop talking. Okay, so we're going to be reading some more Storyworthy. Storyworthy by Matthew Dix. We just finished chapter 5. Yeah, we just finished chapter 5. We are on to part 2 of the book, Crafting Your Story. And I think I don't know how many parts there are to this book. There might be like 3. I don't know. Anywho. Okay. All right. Part 2, Crafting Your Story. These are some quotes. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation that's to come. Steve Jobs. Tell me the facts and I'll learn. Tell me the truth and I'll believe. But tell me a story and it will live in my heart forever. Ancient proverb. Okay, by who? Okay. There are people who write every now and then, and there are writers who are people every now and then. There are writers. I don't get that. Dane Kennedy. I don't really get it. All right, so we're on chapter 6, charity theft. So, yeah, we're going through chapter 6. How big is it? I don't care. We're just gonna read chapter 6, charity theft. I'm starting part 2 of this book with a story because I'll be using it to model the skills and strategies that follow. This doesn't mean that it's my best or most popular story. It's simply one of my most crafted stories. Perfect for teaching. I first told it at a Moth Story Slam in New York. I finished in 2nd place and had a memorable encounter with the Moth founder George Dawes Green, okay, which I will discuss later in the chapter. Then I recrafted the story and told it at a Moth Story Slam in Cambridge, Massachusetts. My name was drawn first that night. Although I ended up with the spot most loathed by storytellers, I won the slam. The only time I've ever won, or seen anyone win from first position. The story is transcribed from a performance at one of my shows and is lightly edited for the page. I mention this because the stories that are told orally differ greatly from stories that are written for the page. You'll see that there is less formality and more repetition. I've left all these elements here to give you a sense of what the live version sounds like. You can also listen to the live version of the story. Yeah. I was thinking, and I think this is actually interesting. Usually I don't try to kind of repeat my stories over and over, but something I did last night and something I think I will maybe start to attempt to do more is go back to older stories I've already told or things I've already talked about and just kind of keep re-talking about them over and over to try to. Kitty! Welcome, Kitty. I hope you're having a good night. I am Snowy. That is me. Hello. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing all right. What was I talking about? So I will start to go back and kind of start to retell stories over and over, or like kind of grab from past things I've already talked about in an effort to keep trying to improve, the story, right? Like we were talking about last night with my Monster Hunter idea of it being a dancing game. I saw you on YouTube. Yes, I am on YouTube. I'm also on Twitch and I'm on TikTok. I'm on all three. There you go. There you go. I have to go to sleep now. Okay, get some sleep, please. You're up late. Get some sleep. Come back to watch. Leave a like and subscribe. The VOD will be here in the morning. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah. So I think I'll come back to try to tell stories over and over, or I'll pick the ones I like the most as I'm telling them. I think I'll come back and pick the ones I like the most. And, I'll kind of come back and retell them, because in the book, this is what the guy does. He will take stories and he'll just keep retelling them. He'll keep refining them. And like, I don't think they tell them in a way where it's like different. The story is different. It's just, put more emphasis on certain things and craft it in a way. Why are you on vertical on YouTube? I'm on both horizontal and vertical. I'm on both. It's great, isn't it? It's great. Yes. Vertical. Yeah, you can watch the horizontal or the vertical. It's all for your watching pleasure, whatever you like the most. I'm here. You can listen to my voice in whatever form you want. Isn't it great? You can put me to the side. You can watch me live. Why so much though? Because why not? What if you like to watch streams in the vertical? What if you want to watch streams horizontally? Is my PC okay? It's doing perfectly fine. Don't worry about that. What's important is you are taken care of. It's you, dear viewer. That's all that matters. As long as you're able to watch the stream or the VOD, however you want, it's okay. That's what matters. It's you. What if no? It's like, well then, turn your phone off and listen to me. Turn your phone off and listen to me. Oh, here, I gotta fix this. This is annoying. There you go. There you go. Aha. Yeah, you can turn your phone off and see. Now there's all these different types of ways of, why is my stuff backwards? Oh, I guess it's in my left hand. Anyway. Yeah, there's so many different ways to listen to me. I mean, it's great. It's great. I listen to my VODs. I go back and watch my VODs. It's great. Anyway, on to page 2. On to page 2. All right, what's my chat doing that? Why my chat doing that? Ah. All right. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Why do you do that? Why do I do what? You gotta be a little, you just gotta be a little bit more specific. Just a little bit more specific. Just a little bit more specific, and I might be able to answer your question in a satisfactory way. All right. Okay. Back to it. So you can also listen to the live version of the Storyworthy YouTube channel. Okay. It's the fall of 1991. I'm 20 years old. I'm driving down a lonely stretch of the New Hampshire highway. I forgot. All right, that's okay. That's okay. You'll remember. You'll remember. I'm driving down the very first. Oh my God. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's in this moment. It's in this moment of excitement that my that the right front tire of my 1976 Chevy Malibu blows out, but doesn't just deflate, it disintegrates. It throws rubber and wire across the road in a way I didn't think was possible. And it takes everything I have to get the car over the shoulder to stop. And it's 1991. I don't have a cell phone. I don't have spare tire. I haven't seen a car on this stretch of road for a long time, so I do the only thing I can think of doing. I start hiking back up the road to search for help. 7 hours later, after having given all my money to a half-naked mountain man named Winston in exchange for a balding spare tire, I'm back on the road. What? Heading home, 100 miles between me. What? Can I read me a book? Yeah. Yeah, you can read a book. Can I read me? What? Yeah, I think you might need to read a book. I mean, sure, you can read a book in chat. I guess you could just kind of start copy and pasting it and just put it in the chat if you want. I guess I'll read it out loud. So we could do this sentence by sentence where you give me a sentence, I'll read it out, and we could just go through a whole book that way. We could just do that. Where is that? Oh yeah, so a half-naked mountain man named Winston. He gave it. Okay, I'm heading back on the road, heading home, 100 miles between me and my apartment in Attleboro, Massachusetts, when I look at the instrument panel to see I have no gas. All of the money I had, every penny to my name, is in the hands of a half-naked mountain man. What? I don't have a credit card. I don't have an ATM card. I don't even have a checking account. So I take the next exit and roll my car into into a Citgo station, and as I park the car on the edge of the lot, facing a field of all the fall foliage, I grip the steering wheel in anger. I'm angry, but I'm also sad. I'm 20 years old. I'm a McDonald's manager. I make $7.25 an hour, and I'm the richest person I know. My mother is living on welfare with my pregnant teenage sister. Huh? My brother joined the army a year ago, and I haven't heard from him since. That's kind of crazy. I mean, can you read me a book? I am reading you a book. I am reading you a book. Is there a specific book? Do you want like a bedtime story? I mean, is that what you're asking? You want me to read you a bedtime story? Is that? I can read you a book. Yeah. Just give me a book name. I'll pirate it. Don't tell anybody I said that. You don't have any recording of this. There's no recording of this, except the one I'm doing. What is this book? This book is Storyworthy. Storyworthy by Matthew Dix. Engage, teach, persuade, and change your life through the power of storytelling. It's a book teaching you how to do storytelling. It's actually helped me quite a bit, and I have learned a decent amount from it so far. I have put many of its lessons into effect, and I have become a better storyteller because of it. Yes. Yeah, you know, I remember one time I think it was me and my dad. We were out driving. I think it was early in the morning. I think he was dropping me off at work, something like that. And we we were driving a pretty old car, and and this was on a Saturday. This is a Saturday morning. And so we were driving to my job, right? And like, I don't know, maybe about halfway there, the van's like front the front like axle just like completely broke. So like and like it sounded bad. Like the van was basically falling apart. So we had to like pull off the highway and go into like this random parking lot of this like random office building. And so then we had to call my mom, but my mom didn't have a cell phone. My mom did not like cell phones at all. She refused to have one. So my dad had to call her and tell her the approximate of location of where we're at. And we didn't see her, but I think he realized where she might be. And so we had to spend like 5 to 10 minutes just booking it down this like road at like 8 in the morning, just trying to get to her. Yeah, and she eventually got us. But yeah, that was funny. That was something. I was not happy. I'll say that. I was not happy. I used to say that. I don't even think that, but the van was like really old. So, you know, it was going to break eventually. It just so happened to be that night. But that's my car breaking down story. Do I have any other car breaking down stories? I don't think so. There have been, I remember one time and maybe this is like trauma. I don't know. I'll say this. I remember one time, me and my dad, we were going to be heading home and we accidentally locked the keys into the car and we really couldn't do anything. And I remember him standing there trying to get into the car. And I remember looking out to the street and kind of seeing, you know, I knew we were struggling, right? But, you know, all these people were just driving by and obviously they probably wouldn't know that we're struggling. But I remember standing there, you know, kind of standing there, looking out at the street and seeing all the cars pass by. And it was probably one of the loneliest moments I've felt in my life. Just kind of seeing all these people pass by, even though like we're very much struggling and like we're having problems. And even though like obviously it's probably not evident we're having problems, it just kind of felt like, oh, no one's coming to help us. And I think that memory, I think that that feeling I have or had has kind of informed a lot of how I view a lot of things nowadays. I think it's like pretty, you know, it's I think it's pretty heavily informed how I view a lot of things. And I do think about that moment a lot. I mean, I guess it's, I don't know. And so I guess I can kind of relate to the author because I was about 22 or so. I was about 20. And so I can relate to that feeling of anger and frustration and really feeling like, you know, I'm just kind of alone And now, we called somebody to, open the door or whatever. But I mean, that feeling is stuck around. All right. Next page. My father disappeared from my life 10 years ago. Not me. I'm reading the book. The only person I know who can help me, who even has a credit card or a car that can make this 100-mile trip to New Hampshire, is my friend Bengi. And he's off on some college weekend. I can't get in touch with him because in 1991, when you want to call someone, you need to make a phone ring on the wall. And you need to make that phone ring at the moment the person you want to speak to is near that phone. And you need the number for the phone to make it ring. And all of that's impossible for me to get. This was not the plan for my life. I'm sitting behind the wheel, staring into a field of bright colors, yet I feel anything but bright. I was not supposed to be this alone this early in my life. You're not supposed to be 20 years old and have absolutely no one in your life to call for help. And as I sit there in my car, staring into the field of orange and yellow, I see my future ahead of me. An endless series of moments just like this one, when I need help, but I still have none. So, yeah, like I was saying earlier, I do kind of resonate with this feeling a lot. And maybe it's me being like an American. I don't know if this is kind of the same in other places around the world, but the and also me being a guy too, that very much crushing feeling of loneliness and solitude and like feeling like no one's coming to help you. It does remain present, and I'm not I'm lucky enough to have a bunch of people where if I like absolutely needed help, I can call people, right? I have like probably like maybe 4 separate people. If I like really needed something, I could call them, right? So that obviously I'm not directly in that situation, but I very much understand that feeling of the quote, you're not supposed to be 20 years old and have absolutely no one in your life to call for help, end quote. I do understand that. I do get that. And I do sympathize quite heavily with that. It's a frustrating feeling to have, even if, my situation, I do have people to call. I do have people I can talk to. But anyway, moving on. So I make a plan. I'm going to beg for gas because it's 1991. Gas is 85 cents a gallon, so $8 is all I need to get me home. I'll offer my license, my wallet, everything in my car is collateral in exchange for $8 worth of gas and the promise I will return and repay the money and more. Whatever it takes. So I rehearse my pitch, take a deep breath, and walk in. There's a kid behind the counter, probably about my age. I tell him my problem. I'd ask him for help. I make him an offer. The kid refuses. He doesn't want to risk his job, so I leave. I go back to my car. My plan is simple. I'm going to keep waiting for this kid to go home. Wait for the next person to come on duty, and while I wait, I'll refine my pitch. I'll beg again. I'll beg until anyone gives me the money for gas. But as soon as I climb back into the car, I see a crumpled McDonald's uniform on the back seat, and I suddenly have an idea. An hour later, I'm standing on the porch of a small red brick house. An hour later, I'm standing on the porch of a small red brick house on a quiet residential street. I'm knocking on a blue door. I'm wearing my McDonald's manager uniform. Blue shirt, blue pants, blue tie, gold name badge. I'm holding a gray McDonald's briefcase with a big M engraved on the front like a shield. I knock on that blue door again. When the door opens, a man is standing in front of me. He looks about 50, but he might as well be 500. He's one of these guys who looks as if he has all the wisdom of the world wrapped up in him. And in that moment, I know that he knows that I'm about to do something terrible. And I agree, this is a terrible idea. I know this now, but it's 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. I'm standing on his porch in a McDonald's uniform. It's one of those moments when you realize the only way to get out of a terrible situation is to just go through with it. Oh my God. So I take another deep breath and say, hi, I'm Matt, and I'm collecting money for Ronald McDonald Children's Charity. Oh my God, the man doesn't move. He doesn't say a word. He's like Stonehenge, frozen in time and forever waiting for this moment, waiting for me to arrive. The next words that come out of my mouth surprise me as much as I surprise him, because they are completely unplanned. My mom died of cancer when I was a little boy, and now my sister's dying of cancer, and I'm trying to do whatever I can to help. The man finally moves. He points his finger at me and says, you stay right there. Then walks back into his house, and I know what he's doing. He's calling the police. And he'll come and arrest me for stealing money from McDonald's, which will actually happen 2 years later, but not on this day. What? What? That's insane. That is insane. That is crazy. Absolutely insane. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know what to say to that. Yeah, I just I don't know. Oh my God. On this day, he returns to the door with a $20 bill in his hand, which is like $20,000 to me on this day. And I raise my hand and say, no, it's too much. He says, no, my wife, Lisa, died of cancer 5 years ago. Now it's my turn to freeze. He keeps talking. He tells me about her cancer, her death. He tells me that his 2 kids came back from California for the funeral, but he hasn't seen them since that day. He says that the last 2 years of Lisa's life were hard, but it was the very last year that he regrets the most. He tells me how hard his wife fought to stay alive and how he wishes now that he could have told her that it was okay to go, but he loved her too much to say the words. Before I realize what is happening, I'm sitting on the porch with this man as he spills his guts to me. And in that moment, I know that I am, without a doubt, the single worst person on the face of the earth. This man talks to me for 20 minutes about his wife and children, and when he's done, he hugs me as if he hasn't hugged a person in 5 years, then presses a $20 bill into my hand. It feels like poison now. I say goodbye. I walk down the stone path up the street and back to the gas station. I use his money to put gas in my car, and I hit the road, once again heading in the direction of home. And as I pull on the highway, I remember the last time I was behind this wheel, just an hour or so ago, feeling lonely, worried that I would feel alone the rest of my life. Now I know how stupid I was, because tonight I'll sit with my friends in the living room and eat pizza, drink beer, and watch The Simpsons. But that man, he will be alone tonight, behind that big blue door. He'll be alone tonight and tomorrow night, and probably for many, many more nights. I leave New Hampshire knowing that I know nothing about loneliness, but also knowing that I never want to know about the loneliness the way that man understood it that day, and will probably understand it for many, many days after. That's crazy. Insane story. Absolutely insane story. That's crazy. Okay, we'll probably call it there for tonight. Yeah, we're at chapter 7 now. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, maybe there was a better way. I don't know. Maybe there's a better way to do it. Maybe there was just a better way to go about this instead of just lying. But I guess like a 20-year-old who has no clue about anything, lying about his mom dying of cancer and his sister having cancer is like crazy. That's crazy. I just don't lie about stuff much at all. I just don't really do that. I've talked about it before, what I kind of consider lies, and or like, I do like, I just don't really say the whole truth. like I do a lot of that with like my work, like I was earlier. It basically everything's the same, but I keep it kind of When it's like real life stuff and I'm trying not to dox myself, you know. You know, I'm gonna change a couple elements. For the most part, stuff stays the same. And like with lies, what's important is that you try to maintain a consistency to reality. You try not to distort reality when you're telling a lie, and that's kind of what causes lies to kind of become worse and worse. And obviously that, nah. But you know, what you gonna do, right? What you gonna do, right? Okay. All right, that's enough for me. I'm gonna go edit a video. Yeah, that's it. I got nothing else to say. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Crazy. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do story prompts. Maybe I'll talk some more about some different stuff. I'll figure it out. Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's that. Thank you for joining me. My name's Sony Lotus. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what else you want to hear me talk about, want to hear me lecture about. And if you like this video, I have all my other VODs over on my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel, hit the live section. I got it all listed there. If you're interested in hearing me talk about more stuff, I'm back every single day at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time within about 10 minutes or so of that time. And that's that. My name's Sony Lotus. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you tomorrow. And as always, see ya. Bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye. My thing is mirrored. My thing is mirrored. I'm not doing it right. Hold on. Ah, there we go.